Afternoon. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. She's just really bored with me. So this is her favorite spot to lay. It's under the computer terminal, and it's because over there is the air conditioning vent. So it's the coolest spot in the house. She's a little hot. She'll lay here and it'll just blow on her and keep her cool. So she's bored. She's bored because I'm up here separating my asparagus seeds. Now these are the little asparagus fruit. You saw me pick them the other day in a different video. When they go red, you want to get them before the birds eat them. And then before they get too hard to open, you want to squish them or, peel it however it works better for you and get the seeds out. Now like this one here, you can see there's a little black piece in it. That seed is flat. It didn't fill up like it was supposed to. You can see in the asparagus seeds here that they, they're not flat. They're kind of like apple slice shaped. I don't have a better word for it than that. One end's fatter, most of these I get about 4 seeds out of a pod. And they tend to hold a lot of water. And let me pick one up here so I can, they tend to hold a lot of water. There you go, focus. So you want to get it out of the fruit and then let them dry. And you can see he's still swollen because he's still full of water. So yeah, get them out, let them dry for spring planting. And yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm probably going to do my chichismias next. Maybe, we'll see. Right now we're doing asparagus seeds. So, talk to you in a few. Say, Miss Panda just finished playing dead because she got a biscuit. I know, it's a good biscuit, good biscuit, I know. And it's all the asparagus seeds. And we're getting ready to start all the chichismias. Let me back out here a little. So, anyway, you can see them. There's all these little pods for me to get all the little seeds out of. Now, these are dry. Makes sense. So it should be really easy to get the seeds out and get rid of all this extra stemmage that's on here. So, all right, let me get to work. All right, so, excuse me. Most of my chichismias are still a little too damp. They won't roll and how do I say break because they're not dry enough yet. But the ones that I've been able to do, all the little brown specks over here, those are all the seeds. Now they're tiny. Again, you can see the tip of my finger. Makes sense. They are tiny seeds. But you can see them in there. Little chichismias. All right, I'm gonna let the rest of these continue to dry, and Miss Panda and I will talk to you later. All right, 6 o'clock. It's late. Pandas are like, yes, it's cooled off, and it has cooled off a little, Yeah, it's always awesome when the sun goes behind the mountain or behind the trees on the mountain because it drops temperature here. The wintertime I get cold quick. The summertime it cools off where after 6 o'clock I can actually come outside and maybe get some stuff done. Having said that, I miss Panda Bears. I know you're supervising, huh? I know. We've not had any rain. So I've got the hose going into my tank because this is the tank that waters that garden. Having said that, I don't know when we're going to get rain. They had talked about we were going to get rain today, maybe this morning. She was trying to say she saw something in the tree. I didn't see nothing. Anyway, I didn't get any rain this morning. We're at that time when storms go around me. There was rain above me, there was rain below me. I did not get any rain. So probably over the next 3 or 4 days, I'll come out and do like 30 minutes of watering in the tank. That way it'll maintain water levels. Does that make sense? Because again, I used 350 gallons of it to make sure the swell worked. I didn't know I would go weeks with no rain. this year. Anyway, so we're gonna run around for 30 minutes, let this fill with water, or not fill, but put some water in it so 30 minutes from now I can actually start watering. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start looking at my mullein. This is a mullein. You can see on the top here where the flower buds are starting. Do your research. Mullein leaves should be harvested in the spring before we go to stock. Once we go to a stock like this, you should only harvest the flowers. Again, part of that is reading, and part of that is stuff that my aunt taught me a long time ago. And some things, it doesn't matter what I read, you go with what you were taught. So I've got a couple of mullein that are like this, and I'm going to go start looking at flowers. See if I can start harvesting flowers so I can have a mason jar full of mullein flowers for this winter. And then some other things, maybe some sassafras. Things to do outside while I'm letting the tank fill. And then I'll shut the water off and do 30 minutes of watering in both Garden 3 and Garden 2. So everybody gets a drink, because they're a little hot. Nobody's droopy because I make sure they get a little bit of water. All right, me and Pan are gonna go around looking for wild squirrels, picking mullein flowers. Talk to you later. I know recently y'all have heard me talk a lot about the mulberries or mulberry leaf identification. What I'm going to show right now is sassafras. This is a sassafras tree. I've known that since day one on the property. And sassafrasses do the same thing that mulberries do. There's a three-lobed leaf right there. Again, kind of crow's feet. There's another one right there. And they will also do the, let's find one. There you go. There's a good one. A single leaf. And then like that one there. See how it's kind of got the mitten, a little thumb sticking out? It will do leaves just like the... There's another good mitten leaf right there. But if you look at like the edges of this, makes sense. Again, this is sassafras. They're not serrated. Makes sense. And the leaf itself is very smooth and kind of dull. Where if you come over to I'm coming to the recent mulberries finds. Whether it be on this one, if you look at the ends of the leaves, the windstop, they're serrated. They're not flat. They're also a shinier green. Does that make sense? So even though they do the same three kinds of leaves on the same plant, they are not the same plant. So, but I am collecting some sassafras leaves today. Again, do your own research. Know what you're doing before you do anything I do. And I will talk to you later. I am supposed to have mulberry this year. This is mulberry number 4. Now this is at the very edge where his fence line is over there. That's cow property. And between that fence and this log, that makes sense, kind of halfway in between, is the property line. Does that make sense? The fence line is not in the right place. But this is mulberry. Again, there's that whole leaf, nice serrated edges. There's a mitten leaf underneath it. And then underneath that is the crowfoot. There's another crowfoot right there. And another one right there. And another one behind it. I am just utterly amazed at the amount of mulberries that I have this year. Which is awesome, because again, I've tried to order them. Part of Nita's food forest. Food that produces itself and comes back year after year after year. And they're here. I'm supposed to have mulberries. So this is number 4. Sweet. Oh, looky. I found a mullein that had not branched out yet. So there's one over there you can see standing tall. Once they branch like that, you can't harvest leaves, or you shouldn't harvest leaves, because all the energy is going into the flower head to include all the medicine. Now, I'm sorry, I went ahead and I picked 3 of his leaves off of his lower ring, just because he's not, again, hadn't stalked yet, which is awesome. So, life is good. Let me keep harvesting. Looky, looky. It's another mullein that hasn't gone to stem yet. So I'm going to take the 3 leaves. I'm going to leave the center leaves there. That makes sense. So it'll continue to grow. But the 3 middle leaves, I'm taking them as soon as I get the spider out the way. Talk to you in a few. That is mulberry number 5. And it is insane how fat his leaves are. It's just insane. He's just a skinny stalk, just, you know? Now he was probably here before. There were a bunch of other trees here. You can see like that one there where I've cut the tip off that had fallen over. And I'd come up here and cleared this out because I didn't need it to get in my roadway. That is awesome. All right, mulberry number 5. All right, my split tree is still standing. You can see he's got some crazy lean to him, you know? Sorry. Just insane lean to him. And you can see where he's split. Sooner or later he's coming down, you know? We'll just wait and see. All right, back half of the house. This is where the shed used to be. You can see the bare spot. Put the wood rack here for, you know, wintertime wood. Otherwise, summertime it stays down there, so all the bugs stay down there away from the house. I was looking because I need to come in here and trim all this back. Fill in my hole here from where Panda killed the critter. This is where that gourd was growing last year. Now I thought I got it all. Them are gourd leaves. So I obviously did not get it all. So now the big debate, do I let it grow or do I trim it back? And my answer is I'm gonna let it grow. Because it was kind of awesome last year, you know, having all the gourds. And I've not gotten them planted this year, just I had so much other stuff going on. So I'm gonna let it grow. Give me some more gourds, you know. All right, just thought I'd share.